Hey, Carrie.
Hi everyone!
Welcome to our culture night. If we haven't met before, I'm Sophie G.
I'm Sophia, and it's so good to have you all with us here this evening.
Yeah, why don't you comment down below and let us know how your week's been? Sophie, how's yours been?
Yeah, my week. It's been quite random. I feel like because it was a 4-day week, I feel like it has felt a lot longer. But maybe I just need a weekend. Maybe I just need a weekend's rest. How about you? How's your week been, Sophie?
It's been all right. Lots of work, but I'm glad it's the weekend.
Yes. If you're glad it's the weekend, pop it down in the chat with us, and we'll see who's around and what's going on this week. Right. Okay. Should we start?
Let's start. Let's go.
We have a question. So we've got some would you rathers going on. So first would you rather is, would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak every language?
I think I would rather speak every language.
Why is that?
Well, I think when you travel, it would be so much easier if you could speak every language. But then it would be really interesting to know what my dog thinks every time she barks.
Yes, Melody barks so much.
She does.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I agree. I don't know, I think I would rather speak every language because although it'd be cool to talk to animals, we live in a world where we already can't, but we can talk to people, obviously, if we know their language. So I think I'd like to just travel the world, and then it would just be so much easier, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring us up the next question, Sophie.
Okay. Would you rather all the traffic lights you approach be green or never have to stand in a line again?
Oh. See, the thing is, if all you guys watching, I'm just turned 17, so I'm learning to drive, and traffic lights are so annoying, especially around Bracknell. If you live around Bracknell or just basically Berkshire, there's roundabouts everywhere. There's traffic lights everywhere. So if it was green, I think it would make my journeys about 5 minutes shorter each time. But then standing in queues, I just don't like it. If when you're at the beach or you're at somewhere and then you're waiting in line for an ice cream and it's just painful, or you're just waiting in line and you're in a rush and okay.
See, imagine if you go to a theme park and you didn't have to stand in a line. All the rides. And at least if you're at traffic lights, you're sat down.
That's true. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would rather not have to wait in line anymore. Can you make this a reality, please? Can this become true?
I will.
Yeah. What would you rather do?
I think I'd rather never stand in a line again.
Yeah. I think we're all agreed in that. If you've got an answer, pop it down in the chat. This is some really good questions, actually. Okay. Last question we've got for you. Would you rather sing really loudly, well, just loudly, normal, whatever you want to call it, but badly, or have to sing quiet for the rest of your life, but Mariah Carey, amazing singer?
I think I'd rather be quiet but good. I'm not a very confident, loud person anyway, so I wouldn't want to be just randomly singing loud all the time.
Yeah, no. I think I'm the same, because I think if you were just singing badly all the time, you'd just feel just no, or just have to never sing. And for someone who obviously enjoys singing, being part of the worship band, I don't think I would be part of the worship band if I had to sing loudly and badly. But yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, definitely. And although it'd be annoying, probably quiet and well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Awesome. We're on the questions of singing. Sophie G.
Yeah.
What is your favorite worship song?
Okay. I'm really bad at picking a favorite song because it depends on how I'm feeling at the time.
Right.
And what situation I'm going through.
Yeah.
At the moment, I really like Never Walk Alone. I think it's by Hillsong. Don't hold me to that. But it's a very good song.
Well, why is it your favorite right now? What's significant for you?
Oh, I don't know. I think first of all, it's got a really good tune,
Yes,
but also
important.
like I think knowing that you're not alone and that somebody's walking by you is really reassuring.
Yeah,
What about
definitely.
you?
My favorite song. I'm the same as you. It's very dependent on like the mood or how I'm feeling. But I think a favorite song. I think it's "Living Hope."
Oh, that is a
It's
good
the
song.
the verse that goes on the third at break of dawn. It's so good. It's like he rose again. It's like wow. But yeah, that's just every single time we sing it in church. I'm like, yes, Jesus. I just love that one every time.
That is a very good
But,
song. I do like that one. Yeah.
yeah, makes
Why
me a
don't
bit.
you comment down below what your favorite worship song
Yes,
is?
tell us what your favorite worship songs are. We'd love to know. Yeah.
Awesome. If you have any questions for us as we're going along, why don't you pop them in the comments as well, and we'll try and answer them for you.
Yeah, defo.
Okay, so Sophie, what is worship, or what does it mean to you, and how can we worship?
Oh, what is worship? It is, in my opinion, well, I think in most people's opinion, I think it's just glorifying God however you can. And I think it's just a way of it's worship is praise. So, how can you worship? Anything you can do to just tell God, like, dude, I think you're awesome. So, like when we're singing, we're like, how great is our God, or what a beautiful name, or just all the songs possible. We're just singing like, Jesus, we know that you are like the best, the one, and we need you. But so obviously that can look like singing. I think also like, I don't want to drop any names, but Phoebe Moore, the way she does her artwork, I think that obviously, surely that has to be glorifying God in some
Yeah.
way. Like just artwork can be it, dancing. I've gone to a few events. We used to do an event called Next Level. Some of you may have been there. I might be getting a bit old now, but there was some people that started dancing, just like got up on stage and started dancing. I was like, well,
Nice.
that's pretty cool. I never thought you could glorify God through like dancing. It's just literally anything you can do, like even if it's just tapping your foot, or big one is obviously praying, or just like anything you can do to glorify God and give him praise. I think that's what defines worship, and some things that you can do. What do you think?
Yeah, so for me, worship is showing God how much he means to me, how much he's worth.
Yeah.
And like you said, you can worship literally any way you want. That could be praise, could be dancing, could be art, but also going for a walk, spending time in God's nature.
Yes.
And even just helping people out. Jesus showed how much God meant to him by loving people. And so I think worship can be just going out and helping people and loving them like Jesus did. As long as you've got God as the focus and the center, and you're showing him how much he means to you, you're worshipping him.
Yeah. That bring the wisdom, Sophie G. Yeah, that was so just like anything you can do to just glorify him and show him that
Yeah.
he is king of all kings, and your personal best friend.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Saying all of these things, what is your favorite form of worship? Like, which one would you be like, okay, this is how I personally do that better? I wonder if there's a bit of bias here, but we'll see.
Yeah. Singing is definitely up there.
Yeah.
My praise songs is definitely up there. But I do like the really creative side of things. I'm a perfectionist, so drawing is really hard for me, because if it's not perfect, no.
Yeah.
But I do like colouring and stuff, so I've got some little Psalms colouring cards. So they've got like little Psalms verse and colour them in. I love doing them. But no, singing, definitely my top one.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about me? Probably singing. Singing or playing the piano. I really, if you're watching, you've probably witnessed me playing keys somewhat okay at Gareth Youth Nights. But I think music has always been a way that I've been able to connect. It's something so cringy when people say like, oh, it's an escapism. It's like I can just be in a different world. But it, like, for me, music genuinely, now I sound even more cliche, but it genuinely is just a way of, like, when I'm playing music, I've like earthly things and worldly things, like they just kind of, and I'm focused on it, and I'm focused on the words and the sound. Just like sound is such a cool thing to me.
Yeah.
So I think worship as singing and music is my favorite.
Nice. Okay, right. Our next question then. Why is worship relevant today?
Why is worship relevant today?
It's a hard question.
It is a hard question, isn't it? Why do we worship, basically? Why do we worship? Worshipping for me is a form of communication. And I think in a world, today, as the statistics show, like, we're the most connected but lonely generation in society at the moment. And so even though we're surrounded by all the media and stuff, like, we still lack communication somehow between our generations. Some anomaly has happened in this world. It's not for the better, sadly, but I think worshipping is a way of communicating with having that, like, amazing communication with someone who we just, when everything else is around us is, like, sometimes feeling like it's failing us, and just having that one communication that is always going to be there, even if sometimes, like, on a bad day or something, when I'm like, why, like, I just know that communication will be there, and even if it feels slightly distant, I can just, it's tricky, but you can put trust into the fact that God is hearing what you're saying, and I feel like that's such a relief for me. So why is it relevant? Because it means that my soul can be okay in a time where the world isn't. For me, I think that's why it's relevant, and we should always show our praise to God. And so worship is just one way of being like, boom, even if I'm stuck on what to do, I can pray, I can sing, I can play the piano, I can draw, I can dance, there's just an endless list of things that can glorify God if you're focused on him. So I think that's why it's relevant for me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
What do you think the reason is why it's relevant still today?
I think, like you were saying, worship isn't what is for God, showing how much he means to us, but it's also for us, having that personal, when you worship, you get to know who God is, and you build that personal relationship with him. And actually, God is always working for your good. But when you start to worship and press in to who he is, you start to see the little things that he's doing in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that just brings so much peace. I think for me, worship is relevant because I build on that relationship with God, and it brings me so much peace and joy to see what he's done in the past, what he's doing in my life now, and knowing that he's got that bigger plan for my life, and knowing that he's going to be with me no matter what.
Yeah. And for you guys watching, like just think to yourself, why is worship relevant? Like, why am I worshiping? Because I feel like it's always good. Sometimes I've been a Christian for 17 years of my life. That means I can get into a routine, like, and just worship, and it's great. But sometimes I have to, like, whoa, okay, like, why am I doing this? So that it doesn't get, like, one after the other. Like, you guys watching, just think to yourself, like, why am I doing this? Why is worship relevant for me? What's my favorite way to show God, like, my appreciation? And if you've never done that before, like, like, give it a go. All you have to do is, like, put a worship song on from Hillsong, maybe a song you've heard from us singing it, youth, and just, like, be like, okay, let me listen to the lyrics, let me see what's going on here, and then give it a go, and just get stuck in. And I feel like when you really try and get stuck in, that's when God shows you a lot. And so why is worship relevant? Because of that communication, and because that way that God shows us who he is and how we can build that relationship with him when we're being vulnerable in spaces of worship.
I think when you worship as well, where like say if you've decided you're going to read the Bible and you're reading a passage you've read before, something else might stand out to you.
Yeah.
So, like in a worship song, you might have heard the lyrics so many times, but actually when you stop and you focus on it, actually that lyric means something different to you this time than it did the time before.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Keep worshiping, guys. Keep going, because there's always something new you can get from God. It's pretty crazy. But yeah. Okay. Tough question, Sophie. How do we still worship even when we don't feel like it?
This is really hard. I know I go through stages of actually I don't want to read my Bible right now. I'm not in the mood. I just don't want to do it. But like we were saying, there's so many different forms of worship. So if you're not in the mood to read the Bible, or you're not in the mood to like listen to music, find something else you can do. Find something that you really enjoy doing, and then find a way of putting the focus onto God. So if you really like going on walks, then you could do a prayer walk where you like go out into nature and just start having that chat with God, if you like, building up that communication and that relationship. So I think sometimes we don't feel like doing one thing, but there's so many different ways that we can communicate and worship God that you just got to find a new way, something different.
Yeah, I think pulling out of you like that's something different. Like how when we're not feeling great, how can we continue to worship is by finding something that can relight a spark, make you interested. Like actually, even if it's not like, it's totally okay to not feel 100% worshiping all the time. Like we're not saying that every single worship moment has to be like show worthy or performance worthy. Not at all. Some of my worshipping moments have been completely ugly and just gross for anyone else to see. But so how can we do that is by finding something different, finding something that can distract us from what we're not feeling. You know, like especially for me, I think if I'm having a bad day or if I'm having a bad week, I can get quite stuck in my head. Which, you know, I've definitely trying and working on talking to people and stuff. But if I'm stuck in my head, a way of getting that out is singing. But if I'm not feeling like singing, then or playing, then I definitely always give like journaling a go, or like just praying. Sometimes I'll sit there just repeating the same words for like 10 minutes or something, whatever they may be, because like I just know that I can always pour my heart out to God, and there's not going to be any condemnation or judgment. And so like how do I keep worshiping when I don't feel like it is just keep finding different things you can like get on with, or whatever you think.
And I think, like you said, it's so important to talk to people as well. If you don't want to worship God because you're in a rough space, make sure you reach out and talk to people.
100%. And we're always free. I mean, like, give Care for Youth Insta a shout, or if you don't feel comfortable, just like you could wait for an in-person night. And K Cruise next week, we'll talk a bit more about that, but K Cruise next week, so just get involved in your leaders and just give it a shot. Just say, I don't even know what I'm doing or why, I just feel like I need to say this to you, and then just blurt out, and then they can have a good pray with you. They can hopefully help you. Just when you're not feeling good, I know it's the most frustrating, difficult thing for me is to reach out. But annoyingly as well, it's always for the best. So just give it a go. If you're feeling really rough, just try and reach out to someone who you think you can trust.
Nice. Right. Okay, so how can we get involved in worship at Care of Youth?
My favorite question so far. Obviously Sophie and I, if you did not know, are on the youth worship team at Care of Youth, so we're a little bit biased about when it comes to getting people involved in our team. If you like want to join any teams, by the way, like whatever it may be, just give us a shout on the Care of Youth Instagram. Just give us a DM and we'll get you involved. But the Kerith Youth Worship Team, this is exciting. But just give us a shout literally on the Insta. Like if you can, play the violin, play the saxophone, play trumpet, just anything, give us a shout. We also love keys players, singers, guitarists, drummers, whatever. Did I say vocalists? I don't think I said.
Throw it in again.
Throw it in again. Vocalists. Like just literally give us a shout on the Instagram and we can get back to you and like get you in touch with one of us or Georgia Christie, who's head of the team, or Joe Phillips, who is actually managing this. So everybody say hi to Joe, who's behind the screen somewhere. But yeah, just literally give us a shout on the Insta, which is Kerif.youth, I think. Am I right? Kerif Youth?
I actually don't know.
This is not good. We should know this. Anything else to say?
It will come up.
Yes, Kerif Youth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any last things to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I guess also maybe if you're not musical, it doesn't matter. There's still ways you can get involved, praying, reading your Bible, but also just turning up to the events and making God your priority. Yeah.
Right. One last reminder is K-Cruise next week. Go to the Instagram, which I'm pretty sure is Kerif.youth. If it's not, I don't know what I've been doing with my life, but you'll find it. And yeah, all details will be on there. They'll be on a post. Scroll through our posts, look in our highlights, whatever. Somewhere on there, it will tell you. It is Kerif.youth. I've been confirmed it is Kerif.youth. Go to there and you'll find out all the info. But shall I just pray to end this meeting?
Yeah.
This little talk? Yeah?
Let's do it.
I like to close my eyes and hold my hands out. You can do whatever you want at home, but we're going to pray. So, dear Jesus, we just want to say a huge thank you for all that you do in our lives. Even when we feel like everything is going wrong, like everything is collapsing around us, we still find your peace and your goodness in the little things that just give us a sense of revival and just give us a little bit more hope than maybe we had the day before. And we just want to thank you for worship. We want to thank you for the opportunity to give you the praise and to give you the just everything that maybe we can't express in words, whether it's through song, dance, drawing, whatever it may be. God, we thank you for the opportunity to just pour out our admiration for you. And Lord, I just pray for everyone's weeks ahead. God, I pray will the weekends be full of so much fun and just excitement, whatever you're doing, even if you're doing something crazy or doing something really chill. Lord, I just pray will people be able to find you and find your goodness in anything that they do this week. And I pray for the school week ahead or the work week ahead. Lord, we pray for a hand of courage and a hand of bravery and peace and just all things that are good that are yours over that. In your name, we say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, Sophie, it has been awesome talking to you guys. Anything else? I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so. Don't forget K-Cruise next week.
Yes, K-Cruise next week. Take a look at Kerif.youth on the Instagram for more information. Give us a shout if there's anything that you want to get involved in, and we'd love to get back to you on that.
Awesome. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.